Hi, my name is Rob Scott from UC Today News. Hope you're doing well. So today I'm joined by Eric Olson, who's the VP of Sales for the Americas region for Kurmi Software. And he's going to be sharing his perspective on the rapidly changing UC service management space and how you can innovate with Kurmi Software. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you, Rob. Happy to be here.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining me.
Well.
Just before we kick off, how about a quick intro? Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at Kurmi, please.
Sure. Thanks, Rob. So I'm Eric Olson. I'm the Vice President of Sales for the Americas region here at Kurmi Software. Kurmi is a software company that has been around for almost 15 years. We really focus on automation software around the unified communication stack. So we manage and we help our customers manage and automate as well as provision their unified communications technologies.
Fantastic, great start. So in terms of UC service management, that's what we're talking about today. Bring me up to speed. What is the role of the CIO in today's UC environments?
Yeah, it's a great question, Rob. So it's interesting to me, right? I've been in the UC space for pretty much since its inception, right? So depending on who you talk to, that's 10, 15, 20 years. But what I've seen is really a transformation of the CIO role, right? So the traditional chief information officer or chief technology officer, even if maybe the name change isn't official yet, I am seeing a change in what the expectations are, right? So I like to use the term chief innovation officer. And when I say that, it really means that these individuals really have to be prepared to lead their organizations to drive growth, right? Their roles are no longer just to support user needs, but really to support the company's overall goals and ambitions and to create and evolve the business, right? So they need to change IT from what was traditionally a cost center into really an innovation center. And so what does all that mean for the modern day CIO? And it creates this need for the IT organization to really empower innovation while assuring a positive customer and end user experience while still ensuring governance. And technology overall needs to keep pace with that rapid change and be agile enough to adapt quickly to support the business's drive towards that innovation.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And UC's really become center stage, hasn't it? Certainly over the last couple of years, the pandemic and, certainly fueled by the pandemic, this, the change of, I suppose, perception around kind of communications. As you say, innovation is very much something you can do in the UC space nowadays. So, talk to me about kind of what challenges exist right now for the CIO, in this space.
Yeah. No, again, another good one. So, I spoke a little bit about the new role for CIOs today, and they really are challenged. You mentioned before the pandemic, and there's multiple reasons for this, but they really are challenged with working in this quote unquote new hybrid environment, right? So now you're tasked with supporting multiple technologies across multiple platforms. One of the biggest challenges IT in general has faced in recent years has almost been that lost opportunity of what UC offered, right? When it first became this buzzword, and then it became the industry standard, and everybody started utilizing it, and et cetera. But that kind of promise of this one technology that's going to support everything wasn't really ever fulfilled, and it really can't be supported anymore from a CIO standpoint, from an IT department standpoint, due to hybridization and the need for that. So there's really no longer any single tech stack in any enterprise, whether multi-platform, hybrid. That is now the norm. It just doesn't exist.
Just really interesting, isn't it? We're now very much, always talking about this hybrid workplace, and things are changing, aren't they? So, and it's almost time to kind of reevaluate, UC strategies. So, what factors need to be considered, when planning, UC service management strategy in 2022?
Yeah. So, one of the questions is, how are we managing our hybrid environment today? Right. And, are we doing these things efficiently, or are we spending hundreds or even thousands of people hours performing tasks which, could be automated? I think every company could benefit from automation, but it has to work in your environment. And that's really where, I think Kurmi comes in. Our software really does allow you to manage the provisioning and the daily management of all your UC tools from a single pane of glass. And that saves you time and money. I guess you can say we are reunifying unified communications.
Yeah, I really like that. And, I suppose the holy grail is unifying communication tools, isn't it? But in today's world, it's all, multi-vendor, lots of integrations, between platforms, lots of devices, lots of vendors in those spaces as well. So lots to think about. What outcomes you mentioned automation, but, what other outcomes should a CIO be planning for?
Yeah, and for me, it's really about, adoption and utilization, right? So for me, that's success. And if the technology is easy to use, if it's easy to manage, it will be heavily utilized. And that ultimately should empower your employees and your customers to continue to drive your business forward.
And in terms of measuring success, I'm presuming Kurmi Software provides a range of reports to support, the utilization and adoption, as you mentioned there, and ultimately measure the results of a UC service management project like this.
Yeah, absolutely, right, and good point. So, we work, obviously our software it natively works with multiple technology vendors and providers, but we also have the ability to connect via whether it's API or SDK or other ways to connect with third-party applications that an enterprise has already invested in, wants to continue to utilize. They see the benefit from a reporting standpoint, from a utilization standpoint. It fits into their overall scheme in what they're trying to accomplish from a business standpoint. So Kurmi's ability to bring all of those different tools together, which allows you to manage a UC stack, get your performance numbers, understand how it's being utilized and adopted, making sure that everybody within the organization is empowered and has access to all those tools. That's really where Kurmi comes into play and starts to shine.
That's great. And for any organization out there looking to find out more about Kurmi Software, what's the best way to get in touch?
Sure, I would just, you can jump to our website, right? So that's Kurmi dash, or for you folks in Europe, hyphen, Kurmi dash software.com or Kurmi hyphen software.com.
Fantastic. And we'll put some links in the description. But hey, thanks, Eric. Great to talk to you. Thanks for sharing everything today. And I look forward to seeing you again in the future.
Yeah, great seeing you, Rob. Thanks so much.
Great, and thanks to everyone for watching UCTV. If you've got some good takeaways from today's session, please do give us a quick mention on social media or subscribe to our channel for more industry news and insights. I'm Rob Scott from UC Today. Thanks for watching.